Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about enrichment for dogs. This is something we talk about a lot at the SPCA of Westchester. When you have dogs in a shelter environment that spend a lot of time in their runs, it's important to give them things that keep them occupied both physically and occupy their minds. Especially right now, it's summer, we're having a heat wave. There's lots of frozen goodies you can make for them that help them cool off. So these are things we do at the shelter. We're showing you how we do it, so that it's something you can do at home for your dogs as well, that we guarantee they will like these little treats. And also, you know, we have volunteers and staff who make the enrichment at the shelter, but we can always use the ingredients. That helps us keep our freezer full, and keep a happy freezer means happy dogs. So donations of things like pumpkin, we're going to go through the ingredients for what you would use for enrichment at home. So that's 100% pure pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling. It should just have one ingredient, and that is pumpkin, nothing else in there. Peanut butter is another thing. The dogs can't get enough of peanut butter. It's really important with peanut butter that you look for one that has just basic ingredients. Nothing in there like xylitol, especially, which is toxic to dogs. So just check those ingredients really carefully, and creamy peanut butter is the way to go. Dog food, dry kibble. I forget which one this was. I think it was a Pro Plan. We use what we get donated at the shelter, so we use a lot of Purina Pro Plan. We use a lot of Halo. We use a lot of Pedigree. So wet food we're going to talk about as well. We have here some Pedigree. Chopped dinner works best for the enrichment that we do, because it sort of packs up nicely when we make meatballs, which we'll talk about. These are something that you can donate. If you're a yogurt fan at home and you have a lot of these things and you're about to head to the curb to your recycling, don't head to the curb. Pack them up and we will happily take them. You'll see what we use these for, to make our little ice pops and meatballs. So anytime you want to bring us some yogurt containers, we will happily accept them. Milk bones or any other sort of little cookie thing, you'll see how we use those. Yogurt, whether plain yogurt or Greek yogurt, we use plain, no flavors, nothing artificial in there, so non-fat. Either Greek or plain yogurt is the way to go. Again, look for artificial ingredients, and if they have any, leave it on the shelf. Cheerios, just the plain yellow box Cheerios. And then paper towel rolls. That's another thing. If you're heading to the recycling bin and you have paper towel rolls, we'll take them. So one really simple piece of enrichment you can do for your dogs at home, again, especially we are in mid-July right now, and we're entering into a heat wave this weekend, so we made a ton of these at the shelter today, and they're great for any dog, and they're just called sort of ice pops, and they're about as simple as it gets. We're going to take some, I'm going to do this one-handed so I can man the camera too. We're going to take some of these yogurt containers that we hope everyone will now bring us. Gonna pour some dry kibble, whatever your dog's kibble of choice is. If you are donating to the shelter to help us make enrichment, again, we look for a food that just has meat as the first ingredient and not a lot of junk or fillers. So you put some of that kibble in there. It was a little cheap on that last one. A little kibble, dry kibble on the bottom. Then you take something special, a little treat to put in there. I have some broken up milk bones. Maybe put those in there. You can use really whatever you want, but something that makes it a little bit more exciting than kibble. And then you're just going to fill some water, and that's really as simple as that gets. You're going to fill it right to the top, and then you're going to pop these in the freezer. Pop them out, hand them to your dog, and they have a really, really yummy treat that also keeps them sort of occupied for a little bit. It's going to be frozen. They're going to have to work at it. It's going to cool them down. It's going to engage their brains, and they're going to have a good time. So that's it. Little kibble ice pops for your dog. Okay, another piece of enrichment we're going to show now is a meatball recipe. Not any kind of meatball you should put on your spaghetti, but trust me, the dogs love it. So what I have in this bowl is one full can of chopped dog food, in this case Pedigree. That's one full can. Then I have 2 cups of Cheerios. Again, just the yellow box, plain old Cheerios. 2 cups of Cheerios. I don't know if this bowl is big enough. And then what I have measured out here is 1 cup of pumpkin. Again, just plain pumpkin. Not pumpkin pie filling, just plain old pumpkin. So we're going to mix that up. I'm going to have to put the camera down and do this two-handed. All right, I saved you the smushy sound effects, but that's what I did. I smushed up the ingredients we had in this bowl. That's the can of the chopped dog food, the cup of the pumpkin, and the 2 cups of Cheerios. So now what I'm going to do is take about 2 tablespoons of that mixture and put it in these handy dandy yogurt cups. About 2 tablespoons, I guess 2 heaping tablespoons, kind of. 2 tablespoons of that mixture. That's about good. I put it in the yogurt cups, and then I'm going to take a milk bone and put that on top. And then that goes in the freezer too. So these become really nice frozen treats that your dog really sort of has to work at and engage with to eat. And it gives them something to do, it gives them something to think about, it keeps them busy, keeps them out of trouble, keeps them having fun, and that's what we're all about. So again, about 2 tablespoons of the mixture. Sorry, the camera's all over the place. I'm doing this one-handed. And a milk bone on top, and pop them in the freezer, and tomorrow you've got some delicious treats for your dog. This is a really simple piece of enrichment. What I have here is half of a paper towel roll, just cut in half. So if you're not using these at home, if you're not going to make this enrichment for your dogs, if you're just going to chuck your paper towel rolls in the recycling, don't do that. Throw them in a bag, bring them to us. We use them all the time, and we make a really simple piece of enrichment, kind of like a little piñata for dogs. So what we do is we sort of close off one end first, make it a little challenging for them. So we just sort of close it off. Then we grab some of their kibble, and we pour that in, and we make a mess in the process because we're trying to see if the camera is in the right place. We fill it up with their kibble, and then we close off the other end. And it's that simple. So we close it off, we fold it over, and what we end up with is this neat, delicious to dogs anyway, delicious smelling little piñata of sorts. Okay, another fun thing, super simple to do, is sort of ice cream sandwiches for dogs, except there's no ice cream. It's milk bones and peanut butter. Sometimes also we use cream cheese. That's like a super special treat. The dogs go crazy for it. And usually we do the large size milk bones, but I don't have any of those right now, so I'm using the medium. And we do use these as well for sort of a little portion control, if you will, or just a quicker little snack for the dogs. But it's really simple. You just take the peanut butter, smear a little on in the middle, or the cream cheese if you wanted to use that, and put the top of the sandwich on. Maybe smooth those edges up, you know, presentation is everything for the dogs. And that's it. You make a tray of these, throw them in your freezer, throw them to your pup every now and then as a little treat, and I guarantee they'll be very happy campers. Okay, this is the last enrichment recipe we're going to show you, and this is my favorite. This is one that I can say is delicious, that I have tried this one before I put the milk bone in it, thank you, but I have tasted it, and it's delicious, and the dogs certainly agree. What we have here is Greek yogurt, banana, and peanut butter, and we're going to freeze it up and make doggy ice cream. So what I have pre-mixed in this bowl is 1 full 32-ounce container of this non-fat Greek yogurt. Again, just plain, no artificial ingredients in there. It's really important you check that there's nothing, no sweeteners, no xylitol, no nothing yucky in there. Plain peanut butter, again, no xylitol. Check those ingredients, just plain creamy peanut butter. And then I have 3 bananas in here. They were pretty good size, so I went with 3 bananas. So I'm going to mix it all up. I'm going to shut the camera off while I make an unsettling amount of noise with my stick blender and come back and show you when it's all mixed up what it looks like. Alright, so here's what we ended up with. This nice, sort of thick, smooth, delicious, did I have a few spoonfuls? Maybe, I'm not telling. Mixture of those 3 bananas, 32 ounces of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, and a cup of peanut butter. So then we would take it back to our yogurt cups, our all-purpose yogurt cups. A couple of tablespoons of that in there. A little bit more. And then, of course, the cherry on top, or in this case, the milk bone on top, which actually I'm going to stand in there as a little popsicle. And I like the Greek yogurt even better than the plain yogurt because it's a little thicker, so you can do things like stick that milk bone up as a popsicle. And actually, another option is I got this really neat silicone muffin or cupcake tin, and the Greek yogurt is especially nice. It makes a nice perfect portion if you really fill it up. It can stick out a little bit because it's nice and thick, make it a good size. I made a little bit of a mess there, but that's okay. And then, of course, your stick. And then you put this thing in the freezer and boom, you've got 12 perfectly sized little doggy ice cream pops that just pop out like a dream out of this thing. So that's a really nice option too if you want to make 12 of these at a time for your dog at home. So that's doggy ice cream, peanut butter, banana, and yogurt. Again, make it at home, try it at home. If you want to bring us any of these ingredients, we will happily accept them and fill up our freezer and our refrigerator with delicious enrichment for our dogs. So we wish you happy enriching at home, and we thank you for all your support as always. Thank you.